Hello, 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 and welcome to another IOSF match. Today we have got Natural Talent versus Revolution. Could be an interesting game. Revolution are looking to pick up their game really. They've lost a couple of games that they would have hoped to have had better results in. This could be a good opportunity for them to pick up them important points in this ranking tournament, the Summit. They're playing against an NT side who I've got probably almost their strongest side out. They are looking to cause some upsets in this Summit. As always, NT are one of the sides who do have that surprisingly good game every now and again. NT would like to make it known that they are wearing a new kit today. So look forward to seeing them run round in that nice yellow shirt. Revo, of course, are in the dark colours. We are almost ready to kick off. I haven't really got time to go through the lineups, but I'm sure you will work it out as we go along. Probably a full strength Revolution side, you would say. Don't think there's really anyone missing there that I can think of. Nadirty, maybe. Oppire's on the bench for NT. He's turned into a good defender. MTZ has an early chance, which has gone on for a corner kick to Revolution, which Nori will go over and take. Nori swings it in. It went to the back post, but it was too much on it, and that's gone on for a goal kick, which NT will take quickly. Kieran battling with Drake for the ball. Drake has come out of that battle and passed it back to NSQ. NSQ tried to swing it across to Trabs, but Yobo picked it up. Yobo has managed to thread it through with a header to Kieran. Kieran has a chance to score, and NT go 1-0 up. From completely nowhere, Yobo has managed to get himself an assist. Very strange. Yobo was just trying to clear his lines there, but Kieran read it perfectly. Stayed on side, which is something that Kieran doesn't do a lot, and he won't mind me saying that. It was Timmy keeping him on side, and we know Kieran can finish when he wants. And he put NT 1-0 up for a surprising lead here. Revo shell-shocked in these early stages. Could we be in for a classic iOS game today? Revo now looking a bit shaken, giving the ball away. Drake to Nori. Nori has Johnny to run at. He's gone on the inside of Johnny, puts the ball in, and Trabs has equalised for Revo. We are already 1-1, and it's only 4 minutes 55 into the game. Nori this time with a great assist. We've seen him struggle in recent times, in recent games, but that was an important cross, and Trabs showing what he can do with a good header. And let's be honest, KR, one of the better keepers in the game, was nowhere near that header. It was past him before he'd even dived. And it is 1-1 already. There's going to be goals in this game. You can just feel it. NT have it now with Tet. Tet goes to Luisa. Luisa to Wilmots. Wilmots back to Luisa. Luisa tried to thread Naralbo through, but it was cut out. Now MTZ has a chance to run at the NT defence. He's turned in a few times. They're reluctant to woof it off him, but in the end, Yobo, with a smart stop, manages to get it off him. NT will clear their lines, but NSQ picked it up to Jania. Jania back to NSQ. NSQ tried to find Nori, but Johnny cut it out, and the ball is with Naralbo, who takes too long to turn on it. Jania picked it back up. Drake to NSQ. Nori. Wilmot's cut out the pass to MTZ though. KR almost with a mistake there, but he managed to rectify that. Tet will bring NT clear. Kieran picks the ball up. Kieran, now he's got a bit of space. He's passed it out to Tet. Tet, won't mess around with it, puts the ball in, but it's a good header out by Timmy, I think that was. Jania picked the loose ball up. Nori on Johnny. This is where we've seen him effective before. He's gone outside Johnny this time, puts the ball in, and MTZ wasn't very far away from that. Just getting my chat open. I'm making sure I turn the sound off. Naralbo has threaded it to Johnny. Johnny takes his time, goes back to Wilmots. Wilmots tried a long ball out to Louisa, but it was far too long. Timmy cut it out. Trabs has it now. Tried to cross, but Yobo blocked it. And it is a corner kick to Revo. Nori to take. Nori swings it in at the back post again. MTZ did get a header, but it was deflected, and it was easy for KR. Naralbo now has picked it up for NT. He plays Tet. Tet's got loads of space. Almost got it back to Naralbo, but it was just ahead of him. Revo eventually get it clear. Now Nori has a chance to run at Wilmots. Wilmots. In the end, Louisa did good tracking back to take the ball off Nori, but Revo have managed to get it back. Yobo was lost out to Trabs. Now Nori has it. Nori's got the wrong side of the NT defense, but he hit it past the post. KR will be happy to see that one go past. Naralbo seems to be struggling to get into the game, really, but MTZ, with an unnecessary flick, nearly gave it away. Score update from the other game that's going on at the moment. Sub-Zero are 1-0 up. I don't know who they're playing. That's all I know. I'm sure that it is Excel. Sub-Zero winning 1-0 against Excel. That's a shocker. Let's see if that can last. These games are still in their early stages. It's looking like it could be an interesting day in the summit. MTZ is bringing the ball forward. He's got Tet and Wilmot on him. In the end, MTZ does the smart thing and plays the ball to Nori, who's got a free run at Johnny. He goes past Johnny with ease, goes back outside. The ball nearly deflected dangerously for KR, but it was fortunate that it went straight to him. Revo turning up the pressure a little bit. MTZ and Nori getting plenty of the ball. Johnny has cut out that pass to Nori. Kieran has it, goes back to Wilmots. Wilmots' ball was slid out by Nori. NT to take the throw at Kieran, back to Johnny. Johnny back to KR. KR takes a touch, 2 touches, goes long. Almost all the way through to Kieran, but Drake was there to cut that out. NSQ goes through the middle to MTZ. MTZ running at Wilmots. What can he do against Wilmots? He's got round Wilmots, but it's a good slide by Wilmots to deflect the shot out for another Revolution corner. They're stacking up for Revo, the corners. Nori to take. Nori swings it to the back post again. It seems to be a tactic, and it nearly paid off. NT are going to have to try and stop them far post corners, because the flick back to Jania, and Jania hit it straight at KR, which was fortunate for KR, but he did make the save. You've still got to make the save as the goalkeeper. It doesn't matter if it's right at you. MTZ tried to thread Nori through, but it was cut out. Wilmots now just getting it clear. Tet as in a box battle with MTZ. MTZ ran out of stamina, and now Tet can bring it forward. He's played the ball through, trying to find Kieran, but Drake's there to tidy up. Chris hits it long first time. Maybe he should have took a touch, because that's gone out for a throw-in. Johnny throws it to Tet. Tet tried to go in the middle. Microphone gone quieter. It might just be, I don't know, maybe my phone's interfering with her a little bit. I'll move the phone away. Trabs going down the wing, and it is intercepted by Yobo. Nori swings it over. It's ahead of everyone. Johnny to take the throw for NT. Tet taps it back to Johnny. That's deflected through, and Revo have picked it up. Jania's ball was cut out by Naralbo. Naralbo just seems to just be running straight into people. He needs to be getting into the bit of the team play. Yobo back to Wilmots. Oh, that's a risky ball by Wilmots. And Nori's picked it up in a dangerous area. Nori takes a few touches off the post by Nori. That could have been 2-1 to Revo. Nori. No, that is not Gus commentating, but Gus does have a sexy voice. I can tell you that. Johnny back to well, all the way through to Louisa, who's found herself in a bit of space. She's got Timmy and Drake to run at. She goes back with a heavy touch, and in the end, she's ended up giving it straight to Nori. Nori now on Johnny. We've seen him have a bit of success so far. Puts the ball in, but it's too close to KR. KR goes to Kieran. Kieran swings a ball over to Louisa, but Timmy will get that. Bit of a mix-up with Timmy and Chris in goal. Revo putting it across their own box, which is also dangerous, but they've somehow managed to come out with the ball. Been a decent game so far. We are about 3/4 of the way through the first half. Trabs to Nori. Nori all the way over to, was just ahead of Jania. He almost got that. NT to take the throw. I think NT will be the happiest side to go in at 1-1 if it does stay 1-1. They did start well, NT, but as the game's gone on, Revolution have settled into this game. What can NT do? I think they're happy to just have a bit of possession and then give it straight away. As I say that, Timmy has a chance to run up now on Yobo. Yobo does well to put the ball out for a Revolution throw. Nori now has found himself on the left, but Louisa has tracked back well to win that. Goes long, trying to find Kieran. NSQ cut it out. Nori still on the left now. He's gone on the outside. Goes for a shot, but that's too easy for KR. You'd expect him to make that save 10 times out of 10. Kieran to Naralo. Yes, Yobo Mania. To have a bit of a soft spot for Yobo as MTZ. Oh, the deflected shot. Didn't catch KR out. I'm lagging. Or are you joking? Is it robot voice? I'm sorry. NT scored though. I don't care if it's robot voice. Ted puts the ball in, and Naralbo, who I've said has done nothing all half, has managed to put NT 2-1 up. The robot voice was a virus. I think it was the NT virus. It's caused them to score. Definitely. Revo kickoff. I couldn't think of a good joke. I'm sorry. That was awful. Timmy goes back to NSQ. NSQ now takes his time. They're not putting him under any pressure. Wilmots wins the header. Naralbo now. This is much better from Naralbo. That's what you want to see him doing. He doesn't need to go alone. Oh, Naralbo just ran out of stamina at the wrong time because it was a decent ball by Tet. I might see if I can do a quick RR at half-time to see, because it might be. That's why I went robot. Score update from the other game. Sub-Zero 2-0 up against XL. That would be a shock. That would definitely be a shock. If that happens, because, wow. I mean, Sub-Zero, they've shown they can score goals. Most of their games are high scoring that they've won. It is half time. 2-1 to NT. They've got to be happy with that, because you've got to say, they've just took the chances when they come to them. They haven't really, I wouldn't say they've been better than Revo, but Revo, when they've had shots at KR's goal, they've been easy for KR. I mean, it's been good defending from NT as well in some situations, headers out the box and stuff like that. I can't see this game finishing like this, though. I really do think NT need to score maybe 1 or 2 more goals to seal the deal on this one. But Revolution, they are going to get chances, and it's going to rely on KR being at his best to win this game for NT. This would be a big 3 points for NT. For Revo, it would be a little bit of a disaster, because this is the kind of game they'll be looking to pick points up from. Second half is about to begin. MTZ to take. Taps it to Nori. Nori immediately woofed by Johnny. Woofed again by Johnny. Don't be surprised to see a lot of that this half, because NT will be happy to take what they can get from this game. But MTZ's managed to get through, but that's an easy shot for KR. This is what I was talking about just before. The shots at KR are not good enough. This is a top-level keeper. Make no mistake about it. He makes the difference so much for NT in the big games like this. NSQ taps it back to Chris. Chris goes long. It's cut out by Johnny. Kieran picks up the loose ball. Kieran tried to play Noralbo through, but it's a poor ball. Nori now with a chance to run at the NT defense. He's tried to go past Wilmots. Wilmots did get in, but Nori's picked the ball up again. See, this is what the problem with Revolution's been. They're just trying to just run through the middle. It's a team game, people, as Kieran comes up the other end for NT. It's a poor ball out, though, to Luisa. Tet to Luisa. Luisa tries to play Noralbo, but NSQ was there to cut out. He lashes it at Jania, who did control it. Nori tried to play NTZ, and I keep saying NTZ. I apologize, because I'm saying it after Nori. The ball runs all the way through. NSQ will pick it up. Goes long to MTZ, but it's cut out again by NT. Kieran is giving it away a bit needlessly at the moment. NT should just be trying to control this now as best that they can. Maybe try and grab another few goals on the counter-attack. Kieran's done well today. Although he's been misplacing passes, he's keeping hold of the ball as he can for NT. Someone in the comments said, why don't they just hit crosses to MTZ? They've got a cross to make that happen, and they're not. They're trying to over dribble at the moment. And this is what the danger is for Revo, because Luis is 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and Luis has scored. NT 3-1 up. They are playing the game plan perfectly. This is a World Cup winner, or rather a European Cup winner. I won't go that far. Was it a World Cup? I can't remember. Luisa, cool as you like, waits for the keeper to come out, puts it to the keeper's right. This is why Revolution have struggled, though. And we've talked about this before. MTZ and Nori are keeping hold of the ball too long. They're not getting their other players into the game. Poor Jania has had nothing this game. MTZ trying to go through the middle of the box. NT get it clear, though. Yobo has it now to Luisa. Luisa trying to play Kieran, I guess, but it was poor. Luisa did win it back, though, off Jania, and now Kieran has a chance to run. Kieran will eventually get it out to Noralbo. Naralbo back to Johnny. Johnny decides to play it safe, goes back to Wilmots. MTZ passes to Trabs. Nori and Jania get in each other's way, but Nori picks it up. Wilmots just woofs it away from Nori. It's deja vu for Revo. It is complete deja vu. It's getting a bit scrappy. NT players woofing each other. Revo just trying to push it through. MTZ now on the right-hand side. He's done well to beat two men. Plays it to Nori. Nori goes for the shot. But again, the shots just aren't good enough. You're not beating KR with shots like that. KR goes long. NSQ. I'm hearing from the other game that XL have had to play their emergency card. They're still getting beat 2-0, I believe. Walsh has come on for XL to try and get XL back into that game. Nori trying to get past Naralbo. Naralbo just slides that out for a throw. Still time for Revo. We are in the 65th minute, going into the 66th. Jania. Comment in the chat, Nori couldn't finish a tube of Smarties. I agree. And it's a shame because it's no disrespect to Nori, because I do think he's a great player. He's one of the best dribblers in the game. But we all know shooting is not his strongest point. Tet trying to just push his way down the line, but he was met by 3 Revo players. Yobo back to KR. Luisa to Kieran. Kieran again. Kieran's passing is not great. Give it away quite a lot today. Oh, Wilmots has given it away to Trabs. Trabs shoots. This time they forced a save out to KR. That's forced them to parry it. I can confirm Smarties are still sold. MTZ to take the corner. Taps it to Nori. Why not just swing that corner in? I mean, is it just me who realizes this? Why are they tapping it to each other? KR picks it up from the corner. KR goes long to Kieran. Kieran's pushed his way through. That's 99 strength right there. Get that man in your draft team on FM. Wilmots now. Wilmots tried to play Luis Sao through, but Timmy blocked it. MTZ now coming forward for Revo. For people's information, I think Tet one year did do an iOS FM draft. It was hilarious. He made every player in iOS give them stats. Well, some of them stats. I don't think he gave everyone stats. And you had like random games like NT versus NG, and NT were like winning in FM. it was hilarious. I think he streamed it as well. We definitely need to see that again. Wilmots. Oh, Wilmots, that's a poor ball. Nori and MTZ have got a chance now to score, but KR has done well and come out there. He read the danger. It would have been a gift of a goal for Revo. I think if Revo get one back in this game, it could change this game. As it stands, NT have that mental advantage of having the 2-goal barrier. Kieran puts the ball in, Jania out. MTZ goes forward. Tet took the yellow card, though, for his team. Nori trying to go through the middle again. He has managed to get through this time, but Wilmots with a smart slide. Jania taps it to Nori. Nori just runs into Naralbo, and he's ended up giving away a goal kick. It's the corners like that. Do what NT did and just swing it in. You've got a big, massive Frenchman in the box to aim your corners at. And they're not doing it. Jania to MTZ. Yobo takes it from MTZ's feet. He didn't even have to woof him. That's disrespect right there. This Yobo's a class act. Ralbo to Tet. Trabs. Naralbo. Look at Naralbo go. He's grown into this game. He's played the ball through, which Timmy's missed to Luisa. Luisa back to Naralbo, but NSQ was just ahead of Naralbo there. Score updates coming through on the chat. If you want to see them, I'm sure you're looking. XL have pulled one back against Sub-Zero. And Red Sun are down 4 goals to Cooks. KR swings it out to Tet. Tet just plays it off Jania. Time very much running out for Revo. What can happen here at the end? Kieran's went for a near post shot. Far post shot, rather, and he scored. That's game over. NT have stunned Revo today. The defense for Revo has not helped Chris out today. We know Chris isn't the strongest of keepers, and Kieran has smelt blood when he was running into the box like that. Right in the top right corner. 4-1 NT, and this is looking very, very bad for Revo. MTZ has played Nori. Can they pull one back? No. The shot is straight at KR. How many times have I said that today? 11 saves he's made. Only 1 goal conceded. It is the difference when you have goalkeepers who are calm and collected. Nori's ran into Kieran. Kieran's ran out of stamina, but he's fighting for every ball. NSQ to Trabs. Score update coming through from the other game. Sub-Zero now 3-1 up against XL. That's going to be a massive result for them. MTZ now has pushed his way into the box. NT, they've got bodies back. They're not letting Revo get another goal in this game. Kieran running at Drake. He's gone on the outside of Drake. He's got no one in support. Kieran still got it. Turns back inside, outside. Tries to go inside, but Drake was there to cut it out. Nori running again at the defense. I mean, point and case right there. Ball goes in. Nori's going for an overhead kick. Doesn't get to him. MTZ goes for the shot. He picked it up in the box, but it's blocked again. And Timmy, he's hit it too fast for Trabs. KR goes long. Luisa has a chance to run. Kieran, the 2-on-1. Oh, but it's cut out by Drake. That was a chance to make it 5-1. And that is game over. NT 4, Revo 1. Again, NT doing the business. Let's be frank. Let's be quite frank right here. They're playing Revolution, who last season, yeah, okay, they lost a few players, but they've got Nori and MTZ who aren't bad players, but they're just not working. They're not playing as a team. Quite simply, you've got, in this specific update, you are not going to be winning games by just dribbling through. Doesn't happen. This is the reason why Zero, in particular, are as good as they are, because they really do play as a team. Everybody gets a touch of the ball. Everyone's effective. You are not going to win games playing like Revo did today. Simple as that. Defenders have got too smart. Mouse 1 is useless in this update. Everybody mouse 2s. And you've got to adapt to that. Keep the ball away from your opponent. Play as a team and you'll win games. You play like that, you're not going to win games. Rant over. Anyway, we've got Tet, who's going to come in for NT. I'm sure he's going to be a happy bunny. Gus can drag Tet in for me. GeForce just told me I've got a new game ready driver available, so I'll be downloading that after the stream. Tet, thank you for joining us.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I mean, where do we start? You've got to be happy. It's nice. It's always nice to get what you deserve, and I think NT fully deserved the win today. It shows you that in the way iOS is now, possession isn't everything. NT took their chances. Just talk us through a little bit from the first half. Really, we'll start there.
I don't know. We just play. You know, we were up for it. I think. One thing that we've been working on leading up to this game, the last few days especially, is just banging on about just defending as a team. You know, everyone on the pitch is a defender, and yeah, it's just everyone. You know, just being a team. I think that's the difference between the two sides today, is that we were more of a team, and you know, they can have all the possession in the world, but you know, if you're just going to run in a straight line into one of our players, it's not going to work out.
That you've almost sounded you've like literally word for word what I just finished the stream with was that. And I think everybody realized that as the game was going on. NT, yeah, exactly, played like a team. They, know your limitations. I think that's the most important thing with NT, and any team really. You've got to know where you're weak and where your strengths are. And today NT, they worked hard in defense, and if you're gonna have especially with a goalkeeper like KR as well, you've got Wilmots in there who's a solid defender. Yobo, who's, by the way, class player. I like him. No poach, by the way. I can like players. But whereas Revolution, yeah, there wasn't an ounce of team play about them today. I might be being a bit harsh.
Well, before the game, I knew Naralbo was CF and I was CM, and I just messaged him before the game and said, they're just going to try and dribble through the middle. So, if you suffocate the centre against Revo, they've got no answer, because their wingers are actually really centre forwards. Trabs and I know Nuri was right wing, so I think they're all central players. They all like to dribble. They're not the type of team that wants to cross. They don't even cross on corners. So, if you just suffocate the centre, there's not really much they're going to be able to do against you. Do you know what? They've got so much ability. Like, I'm not trying to. Right, here we go. Right, I'm about to do it. So, when we started Revo, it was to like help these players onto the next level. And how is like Janair, when we took Janair from NT, he was like being touted as an NG player. I know Wari did like him, and the guy sat there with like 4% possession. How is he going to improve if he doesn't touch the ball? And as soon as he gets the ball, let's say he's got a corner, like Nuri will just sprint up to the corner flag to get the ball off him. Just let them play. Just let them actually touch the ball and improve. Trust them. And that was the big reason why I left, and especially when MTZ came in as well. It was just, now it's just going to be Denny with 20% possession, Nuri with 20% possession, and MTZ with 50. So what's the point? I'd rather be an NT where Wilmots genuinely does want to help new players. He's not just going to run around in circles with the ball. Although, he can't do that. it's such a better environment for people to learn. And you know what? Like when you said no poach on Yobo, whatever his name is, that's kind of what NT's done. They've like developed players. Like look at Ruffy. He's now he's getting games for NG, which is great. And Wilmots couldn't be happier for him. There's no saltiness there. Wilmots just wants to help these players just improve, and that's all NT's about. And you know, Revo are clearly man for man the better team, but just be a team.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, you couldn't have said it any better, really. I pointed out quite a few times during the stream that Jania was like a lost soul in that game. And I'm a big fan of Jania. And I think he's actually going to be coming in after you because he's sitting in cooldown. So it'd be interesting to hear his thoughts about that game.
I love,
But
I love them
go on,
all.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I love Judea. I love Drake. I loved everyone that we took in that Revo team. And to be honest, I still got love for Nuri. It's just he's just got trust issues with passing the ball. I think sometimes. But he's the nicest guy on the planet, and hopefully he doesn't come and attack me in PM, which he probably will. But yeah, I still love them all. I still want to see Revo doing well, but yeah, it's a shame.
I
And
mean,
this isn't me being salty and rubbing it in because we won. They're still
yeah.
better than us, man for man. It was just a game plan today.
So we'll take it back to NT because we don't want to overdo it on Revo because that's coming
Yeah,
next. Don't worry. But I mean, NT they just have, especially when you've got the luxury of having KR as well in your goal.
that is
You
amazing,
must
isn't it?
feel like you can upset teams like when you get your best side out and you play your best game.
Yeah, and I think dead right. The players in NC, a lot of them are quite underrated. Um, I think against Chefs, for example, we probably should have won that game. I let the team down against Chefs. My passing was absolutely dreadful, and you saw me shot. I heard you laughing. But we're giving giving all these teams a game, and that's all that I've ever wanted. I just want competitive games every time, and it's so fun playing for NC. Honestly, it's basically like Phoenix. I loved Phoenix. I loved everything about Phoenix, but I just felt like I could be helpful to a lesser team, and I kind of flirted with that for a while, but I finally found somewhere now that I just love everything about it. It's like the family atmosphere of
Yeah.
Phoenix, exactly the same. But yeah, I'm actually useful.
I think there's a lot to be said about when you're in a team. It's not all about it shouldn't it's a bit, although it is a part of iOS, winning trophies and stuff like that. I think the other part of it is that what you mentioned. It's about working with newer players. It's about building an atmosphere in your team. It's about doing stuff not just in iOS. Like the other night, me and Flame were pissing about on Google Earth, just
Oh, yeah,
absolutely laughing our heads off playing what was it, GeoGuessr.
yeah.
And honestly, I've never had more fun for like a long time, and that sounds really sad, but it's about things like that. It's not just about iOS. It's about playing other games with your teammates, or just like
Yeah.
pissing about in general chat and private chat, and if you're in a team where it's super serious and you don't get on with the majority of your teammates, it's the way it's the 100% the worst thing that can happen in iOS to your development.
Yeah, I
And
agree. I agree.
I think so. Yeah, I completely agree with you there.
I do
Um,
think, by the way, Revo do have that. I know a lot of them are friends and stuff. It's just, yeah. Anyway, I don't want to hog it. I just want to say congrats to Sub Zero, by the way. What a win that was.
yeah, that was 3-1 to Sub Zero.
Yeah.
XL even brought Walsh on at one point, and I don't think that it didn't seem to change it for them. I don't know who scored for XL, so maybe he did, but that's a great win. I mean, every game I've seen of Sub Zero's score lines recently, that they looks like they can score goals. So that'd be interesting to see how they play against some stronger opposition. Really, I mean, XL was a big test for them. So to
Yeah,
win that, it's
yeah,
great.
that's amazing. Yeah. I love that. I love that. Right, I'll go because I don't want to hog it. But
Before you
yeah,
go, NT's man of match, because I have to ask that.
well, it's got to be KR, hasn't it?
Okay.
100%. 100%.
KR for man of the match.
Yeah.
Go on, I'll let you go then.
See you later.
No problem. So that was Tet. We've got Jania waiting in cooldown. If for Revo, if Gus can drag him in for me. Jania,
Hello.
thank you for joining me, mate. Well, where to start? That was, and tell me if I'm harsh. That was almost like it wasn't a team out there today. There was no real like team performance. Revolution probably had a good enough lineup there to should have been beaten NT, I think. And the fact that it ended up 4-1 to NT, what went wrong in that game?
If I want to be honest, I don't know. Like, we had a lot of shots. KR was saving literally everything. Those shots weren't that good, but some of them were on 1v1s, etc. But still, KR had about 14, 15, I don't know,
Yeah.
saves. Yeah, he played really well. Like, that's why KR is that good. I saw him playing in Slavics. But general point, we are really crowded in middle, and we are not playing that wide, and that's the problem, I think.
Interested to see you playing. I think you were centre mid, were you today?
Yeah, I was.
That's not, you don't know, well, from whenever I've seen you, you're normally a winger, aren't you? Are you trying to turn into a CM, or was that just where you were putting the lineup today?
No, actually, I was playing CM. Like, CM is my second role position.
Okay.
Like, in Illusion, even when I started playing, I was playing CM. Then in NT, I was playing CM also for some time. And then in Revo, but I didn't like that much. But since Nuri prefers Wing over CM, so I think I can play CM. Like, some of guys just say that I'm better CM than Wing, so maybe that's the position I need to play. I don't know. Like, I think against you, against Phoenix, on CM I scored 3 and got 2 assists. Yeah, not on the Wing.
Thanks for reminding me of that.
No problem, 5-0. We lost against you anyway.
Yeah. What do you think in terms of the way the season, the summit has gone so far for Revo? What do you think needs to change? Because I think in some games where Revolution would have liked to have done better, for example, the Phoenix game, the NT game today, and the Chefs game as well. They're games that Revolution, would have been wanting to at least pick points up in. Like, what needs to change? Do you think in the coming games to maybe start picking up them points again?
Like, we lost
against the bigger sides, rather, because I know you've still got to play, some of the lower sides, I guess.
Yeah, we nearly struggled against Cooks, but I won't say anything about that. Nothing happened. But I don't know what needs to change. I think maybe the tactic, the way that we play. I mean, we have the possession, but we don't have the goals, and that's a problem.
Well, it's interesting you should say about the possession, because I believe somebody said something like MTZ and Nori had like almost like 14% possession each for the players in Revolution.
Record.
I think it was something like that. And I don't want to be harsh because I think they're good players, but I think teams have figured out the way that they play. And watching that game today, I was getting flashbacks to the Phoenix Revolution game because every attack was trying to go through the middle and push through the middle, and teams are just like packing out the defense to stop people getting through. And I think like Tet, who was just in before for interview, hit the nail on the head. I mean, I've got a lot of respect for you as a player. I think you're a really good player, and I don't think you're being used like to the best of your ability when you're not getting on the ball. And if they're having all the possession, I don't think they are using all their players correctly. So if I was going to change something, I think it's got to be a complete play style change. I think there was things I noticed a few times at corners.
Yeah.
You were playing it short, and I was like, just get it in the box. You've got MTZ in there who's good at headers. Like, is that something you're told to do, the corners, or is that just something
No,
that you've tried?
it's just Nuri taking the corner and then he's just doing something with FTZ. Like he calls like back post or first post to MTZ, and then maybe he tries to shoot. Like one of the corner, MTZ went back post and just passed straight into me, and I
Yeah.
had a clear shot, but I couldn't score from that, sadly. I should have though.
That was actually a really good corner because I said at the time, that's what I want to see. Because I
Yeah.
noticed you were putting it into the back post. You did it like 3 corners in a row. And instead of trying to score from the far post, try and pull it back and get someone in the box who can have a shot. And I mean, KR made the save, but you've got to keep getting the shots on target and make the keeper save, because I think a lot of the chances that Revo had, KR was able to just pick the ball up. Whereas if you're going to score, you've got to be making him parry it, and maybe he parries it into danger, or makes a mistake or something like that. But I don't know. I don't think it's. I think Revolution can turn it around. I think they just have to understand when they're playing against defensive-minded teams like NT today was. There's got to be a plan B, and I think that's obviously for Revolution to try and sort that out. But we'll see. There's plenty of the summit to go.
I hope it's not too late, yes. Because we lost against Chefs, Phoenix, and now NT. So quite a few.
Yeah, I mean, and they've still got the big 2 to play, NG and Zero. So
The biggest.
I'm happy for you to take points off them though, if you want. If you want to. I mean, this summit's interesting though, because I mean, we almost got upset by Creds. Wasn't yesterday? It was 2 days ago.
5-4.
I mean, admittedly, we did play a weaker lineup because we've been rotating the team, but we said after that game we can't afford to play weak lineups anymore, because Borgar like tore me a new arsehole basically. And I'm not afraid to admit that. Like he kept winning it off me. I was like, oh god. But I think people need to just be careful in the summit. Look at Sub-Zero. I mean, they're shocking people.
Yeah, they
NT,
did.
won today. Creds almost drew with us 2 days ago. There's a couple of upsets there, so you never know what can happen. Revo might have a good performance against Zero or NG and pick something up. It's a big summit. So I don't want to keep you too much longer, because it's been a while. But who do you think for Revolution tried their best today, and who would you give the best losing player to award, I guess?
That's hard. That's really hard. Oh my god. I never thought of that. Like generally.
Do you know who I thought that?
Maybe traps over me, let's say.
Yeah, Trapp's got the goal. Yeah, I suppose so. If you're gonna give it to someone, it was a good header as well. Like,
Yeah,
it's not easy to beat KR, but he put that header right in the corner. So we'll
yeah,
give it to Traps for his goal. So that's a nice little surprise for Traps. I like Traps, so
yeah. I mean,
that's
I
a present. That's a present from your old boss to you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us, Jania. It's never easy coming for interviews when you've been beaten, but you're a good sport to come in. And good luck for the rest of the season. I'm sure there's still plenty of points for Revolution to pick up.
I hope. Okay.
Take care, mate.
Yeah. See you. Good
See
luck.
ya. So that was Jania for Revolution. Obviously, disappointed in the result, but like I said, there's still plenty of things left to come. Plenty of points to pick up. Plenty of matches, and of course, I'll be there to join you for some of them games too in the future. So, from me and Gus, thank you, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye now.